Hey guys, Big Haircut here, aka Tony Baloney. I'm back here with another video with special guest star, Nicolas Cage. What do you gotta say, Nicolas?
Guess I was pretty horny.
That's great. Anyway, I want to talk about someone who, believe it or not, is mentioned in the title of this video. What? I know, right? Today I want to talk about Butch Hartman, or should I say, Bitch Fartman. No, but in all seriousness, I want to talk about Butch Hartman. Right out the gate, if you love Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom, if you grew up with those, like I did, leave this video now. I will probably ruin those for the rest of your life, because I'm about to show why Butch Hartman is a gigantic fucking asshole. Butch Hartman is a real stinker of a person. I feel like not a lot of people know that. That's why I'm here. But anyway, I'm going to put this video in categories. So the first thing we're going to go down is criticism and how Butch takes it. And that is he doesn't. Butch Hartman, for whatever reason, thinks he's above criticism. And it's really odd. So right here is a live stream, or was a live stream from his Twitch. And basically he talks about how he handles criticism. He doesn't. Let me show you.
So I look at people that critique as weak. Weak rhymes with critique. So, you know, if you're going to critique like, hey, this is never going to work or whatever, then I just say, you know what, let's see you try it, and we'll see how you do.
Butch, no. I hate to break it to you, Butch, but literally anyone can be criticized about anything. You can't make the argument, well, you can, but I'm going to make fun of you for it. It's such a lazy argument, too. If you can't do this thing, that means you can't criticize it. Yes, I can.
So go ahead and critique away, because all it does is make me stronger.
Butch, with the way you're describing this, you sound like a goddamn supervillain. It makes you stronger, huh? Does it?
Do you know who you're dealing with? Do you really know? Do you have any idea who you're dealing with?
Yeah, do you guys know who you're dealing with? The Butch Hartman? The incredibly amazing Butch Hartman? You hear that, Nick?
God damn it!
It's Butch fucking Hartman! Holy shit!
Do you really know? Do you have any idea who you're dealing with? What I've been up against already as a father and a husband and someone who's worked in Hollywood for 30 years, and you are going to take me down? What, are you kidding? That's kind of a joke, I think. So good luck.
Okay, apparently Butch is Dr. Manhattan. Apparently he's invulnerable to criticism. Not, you know, how egotistical he is. Not, you know, he's kind of a dick. No, doesn't matter. You are not successful as me, so therefore you don't have the right to judge me. What kind of argument is that? Butch, little heads up for arguing. Butch, if you use your successful career as a crutch for every argument you're in, someone's going to kick the crutch out from underneath you, and you're going to fall flat on your face. Which you deserve to. Because that is a ridiculous fucking argument to make. So yeah, that's him responding to criticism there, but if you think it's that bad there, he also can't take a joke. On another one of his live streams, his stupid streaming service idea, which I'll show later in the video during that segment, someone made a comparison that I also caught on to, is that basically there's kind of like a bit of a Family Guy reference to it. Not a reference, but there's a similarity there between Family Guy and what he says in All Access.
It seems like today's shows are meant more to shock people than uplift and inspire them.
It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
And someone brings it up in his live stream, and he becomes the biggest bitch. It's fucking hilarious.
Figure this out.
And you said you normally write your theme songs like...
Someone says, what do I think of the Axis Family Guy meme? Oh, I'm not even going to look at it because it's the question's being asked by Dueling Duelist True. I'm not even going to look at it, and I don't care. Because you know why? Whenever you put yourself out there to do anything, there's always someone that's going to like try and bring you down because they've never done anything on their own.
Okay, Butch. Again, what? Butch, what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, it was just a meme.
Chill out, dude.
One, if they are messing with you, they're winning because they're getting a rise out of you, Butch. You fucking idiot. Oh. But second, the way I interpreted it, at least, is that they're like, hey, look at this funny haha meme. What do you think about this, Butch? Like, it's just a fun meme. And he immediately goes to saying, oh, you want to make a meme about my... You want to make a meme about my idea? Pfft, fucking loser. You're nowhere near my level of talent.
And so if someone wants to do something and they want to ask me questions like that, that's one thing. But if someone doesn't do anything and they want to like, you know, I don't know, criticize, then I have no time for them.
Really, Butch, do you realize how fucking arrogant you sound? You are such a prick. You literally just said, I don't have time for criticism. You should, because there's a lot to criticize, Butch. No one likes an asshole. Also, again, you're just saying this person has accomplished nothing. This is probably a dedicated fan of yours who just wanted to genuinely know about this meme, and you interpreted it as a fucking immediate attack. You got so fucking defensive and just started coddling your own ball sack, just having the time of your life saying, oh, yeah, I'm successful. I don't have time for you. Butch, you fucking goon. Ridiculous.
No time for them. So the person that asked that question, whose name will not be mentioned ever by my lips.
Okay, apparently this person is Voldemort. Is this his season 1 anime arc? Is this his supervillain? What are you talking about, Butch?
I just want to tell all people like that, as I get back to safety here, that if you guys can't do it yourselves, you shouldn't criticize anybody else. You really shouldn't. Now, another cartoonist wants to have a problem with me or whatever, that's a different story. But at least somebody who's actually done something I'll talk to or talk about.
Butch, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Come closer. I want to tell you something. Come close, Butch. A little closer. Jesus Christ, not that close, Butch. Come on, personal space. That's better. Okay. Butch, no one fucking cares about your success! It's irrelevant, okay? The fact that you keep on using your success as a crutch for every argument you make makes you look like the biggest fucking pussy. I don't fucking get how fucking inept you can be, Butch. What are you talking about? Like, oh,
Until you've done something, let me know.
what are you talking about? It was a fucking meme, Butch. They wanted your genuine opinion on a meme. That's it. You turn this shit into some big personal attack as if it's like the season 1 villain of a superhero show. You want me to kill you. I won't do it. I'm better than that. You see what I mean? You sound like a fucking idiot.
You know what's funny? Wait, I want to say one more thing.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
as many things I've done in my life, like being a father, being a husband, being a guy who's in his 50s who's
Or a boss.
a guy who's done shows, a guy who stayed up late at night working really hard.
They even tried to move past it. He's like, actually, one more thing. You know, as amazing as I am, as a show creator, a husband, a father, a boss, cured cancer, solved world hunger, ended global warming, like, he's just going on and on and on. Butch, you absolutely can be prideful about things you do. That's 100% okay. But you're using it as in such a scummy way to where you're saying,
I am better than you.
you are trying to get that point so across that it comes off so douchey.
To answer questions from people who've never done anything and they want to criticize, it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. It's like, really? That's your question? So it's quite amusing, actually.
Butch, you think that's funny? Imagine watching an arrogant asshole who's so inept, he has no idea that the example he's using on someone can be used on himself. That's funny.
So good luck out there trying to get a rise out of me, because you never will.
Butch, I'm gonna let you know they 100% did. I don't know why. I don't know why you're all like,
Well, I sure won that argument.
no you didn't, Butch. The fucking video clip I just showed is 1 minute and 52 seconds long. That's almost 2 minutes of them getting a rise out of you. You fucking idiot. Fucking,
Oh, I sure showed them.
no you didn't. You gave them exactly what they wanted if you think that's how they are. But even then, I think it was just a fan who was just trying to show you a funny meme. But you took it so fucking defensively, prick. But anyway, that's probably the end of the criticism segment. Now we're gonna go up to probably my favorite. His view on, like, certain mental problems that people have is very interesting. And by interesting, I mean it's fucking ridiculous, because everything he is saying is just being pulled out of his ass. Here's his view on introverts.
You need to be able to be the person, and don't be, people that are introverts, I want to encourage you all, don't be an introvert, because being an introvert is, and a lot of people, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack over saying this. If you're an introvert, it's a very selfish thing to be, and here's why.
Butch, I'm going to stop you right there. One, you will get a lot of flack from this, primarily from me, because it's a stupid thing you're going to say. And two, they're incredibly selfish? What?
because it's all about you. You're self-centered. You don't want to get out of yourself and go like, well, maybe I could communicate with these people. Well, I'm just an introvert. I'm gonna sit over here and people have to figure out what I'm thinking, because you're making everybody else uncomfortable when you're.
Butch, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not the case, you fucking Butch, that's not how it works. They're not doing it to annoy people. They're doing it because they're kind of scared of them. Now, I'm not saying that for every introvert, but that being said, for you to group them all in one group and say,
All introverted people are selfish.
Butch, that is such a stupid, fucking ignorant thing to say. The equivalent of that is like saying, oh, you're depressed? Why don't you go take your happy pills? Fucking pussy.
When you're an introvert like that, because no one knows what you're thinking, no one knows how you're feeling, and no one knows what to communicate with you.
Also, Butch, you make it seem like that people who are introverted, that being an introvert is like a hobby. Like, they're like, oh, I don't want to talk to anyone. This is my hobby. I want to people want to know what I'm thinking. No, Butch. They do that because they don't want people to notice them. They want to be in their own little bubble. Rightfully so. That's completely understandable.
If you're going to be a showrunner or a leader in any way, you're going to have to be a communicator. Be a communicator and learn how to be a communicator. But Butch, I'm afraid. Then you got to stop being afraid.
Oh, Butch, is that all? Is that all I have to do? Oh, fuck me. Would you look at that? Is that all you have to do to be in this business?
To be a successful person, you need to conquer your fears.
That's fucking genius! Butch, you successful bastard, you! You fucking madman! What? Butch, everything you're saying here is completely fucking ridiculous. There's a difference between being introverted and being afraid. Yes, the two could go together, but some people are introverted by choice, because they just like to be left alone, and some people are introverted because they're scared. Rightfully so. This world is fucked up and people are mean. I don't know if you've been around anyone who hasn't really given you an insult that you've immediately just clapped back with.
I'm successful.
Fuck off. No shit, if you want to have your own business, you need to be a good communicator. But for you to group introverts as people who aren't successful? Fuck you, Butch. Seriously. Fuck you. Fuck you for thinking that being introverted is just as simple as just not being afraid anymore. It's not that simple, Butch. Things take time, you prick.
You have to stop being afraid. You have to stop being fearful, because you're not going to have anything ever in life if you're fearful all the time.
Yeah, Butch, like I said, no shit. And if that's not bad enough, there's also his view on depression is very interesting. So if you think his view on introverts was stupid, which it is, listen to this. And for context, this is for his O-Access thing. I'm probably going to use this clip for both to describe him. So right now I'm just going to focus on the depression aspect that he talks about.
As a result, kids today, they have no purpose. There's depression. There's suicide. Constant exposure to corrupt social media and entertainment is a primary contributor to this crisis. I know kids who have committed suicide. When I grew up, kids had a hard time. They got through it. Suicide was never even thought about.
Butch, you fucking goober. No.
Back in my day, depression didn't exist.
Yes, it did, Butch. Depression did absolutely exist, okay? Just back then, you guys didn't really have a name for it yet. And by the way, I looked it up. You said that kids back in your day, that there weren't any suicides. I looked it up. There's a significant spike from 1950 to 1990 in suicide rates. Primarily the time where you grow up. There is a significant spike in suicides during that time. So that's clearly not the case, Butch. Also, for you to say that suicide didn't exist until cable network came out is fucking retarded. That's so stupid, Butch. That's not how it fucking works. Depression is an actual chemical imbalance in the brain. It's an actual mental issue. It's not as simple as something bad on TV. Well, better go kill myself. It's never been that, Butch. Can you believe this, Nicholas?
You're a bad man.
I agree. So, if you think what he said there on depression was really stupid and ridiculous, that's because you're right. But that being said, if you think that's bad, here's some context behind this. This clip, I can only find it on Twitter because Butch Hartman actually deleted it from the actual podcast he recorded it on. For those of you who don't know, he did a podcast with Tara Strong, who's an amazing voice actress. I absolutely love her work and so many other things, including Fairly Odd Parents. She's great in that. But they're talking about it, about how she wasn't the original voice for Timmy Turner. And the original voice for Timmy Turner was Mary Kay Bergman, who did the original voice, and she unfortunately died from suicide. And here's what Butch thought about it.
But Tara was not the original Timmy Turner. The original actress was Mary Kay Bergman, who sadly passed away. But she was
such a sweet, sweet lady.
Sweet lady. Mm-hmm. She also did a bunch of voices on South Park when that first started.
Yeah.
She was the mom on South Park.
No, she had a very prolific career. She was awesome.
doing great. And then she ended up passing away. And I think Tara actually had something to do with that. And so that's probably that was probably your fault. No.
Ha ha ha! Isn't that funny? Hey, you know the person who voiced the character that you voiced before you? They killed themselves. Was it your fault? Nicholas, did you have something to do with this? Oh, what? That's not funny? That's because you're right. It's not. It's a really fucked up thing to say. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. There's no other word for it. So yeah, that's his view on mental illness. And if you're thinking, wow, this can't get any worse, what else has he possibly done? Let's talk about Oaxis. For those of you who don't know, Oaxis is his really shitty streaming service idea. It was a Kickstarter. Basically, the entire premise is, well, it's really simple. Just family-friendly, fun content, all in one thing, and I'll show you the promo for it now. So, let's take a look at Oaxis.
Look familiar?
No, Butch. I've never fucking seen anything remotely to this ever. What kind of family night just says like, hey, everyone, gather around for family night. Let's see what's on cable. No. Most families plan their movies before they actually hang out with their kids. I've never had a situation where I've watched TV show with my mom and dad, but for whatever reason, they didn't plan ahead, and they just are like, oh yeah, let's watch cable TV.
How'd you get in here?
Doggy door.
Very funny, Butch.
Aren't you tired of being constantly terrified that your child is going to see something that they shouldn't? I mean, family time barely exists anymore.
Yeah, Butch, that family time part where you said it doesn't exist anymore, that doesn't have to do with cable network. That just has to do with technology in general. Your shitty cable network idea, or your shitty streaming service idea, isn't going to fix that, okay? Cable network didn't split families apart. Families tore each other apart. They got sick of talking to each other. They started talking on phones instead of to each other. That's not even actually on the technology's part. That's just on the parents. It's just poor parenting, Butch.
But anything can be changed. What we need now more than ever is an entertainment experience that has your family's interests as the sole focus.
There is literally the simplest solution to this. Hey, all parents out there who don't want their kids to watch fucked up shit, literally, all you have to do, Butch, is go to Netflix and click the Only for Kids option. The problem's already solved. Literally, most applications these days, in terms of, like, streaming services, they have their own kids section. Hulu and Netflix both have it. There's no reason for all of this, Butch. It's a waste of money and a waste of time.
Oasis, a place of refreshing and safety in a dry and desolate environment. Axis, an uncompromising point of strength around which everything else revolves. Oasis. Axis. Welcome to Oasis.
Holy shit! It's the new Marvel movie!
With high-quality, family-friendly entertainment as its central mission. We're going to use the power of the smartphone and other personal devices to our...
Bro, all of these smartphones are like from 2012. What are you doing here?
Everything you've come to expect from networks you're familiar with, but without the heavy focus on negative subject matter.
So, all the fun. You are literally just taking the fun out of everything, Butch. That's 100% all you're doing. Nothing can ever be negative, Butch. Shows like Batman the Animated Series or the Justice League shows, all of those are great shows because they handle heavy subject matter, but also they're also appealing to kids and adults. Those are the best type of cartoons, the ones that please both children but also adults. The negative subject matter is what makes them, it kind of gives kids morality, it gives them morals. Like, I learned a lot of stuff from watching Ben 10, how to not be selfish. There's a lot of stuff you can learn from watching cartoon shows that have negative stuff. It lets you know what to not do. You're just gonna have the most boring cookie-cutter, plain white bread bullshit?
Dramas, sitcoms, feature-length movies, animation, and kid shows. Plus all the other things you love. Sports, fitness, reality, news, video games.
How the fuck? It's just censorship. That's all you're doing. Also, news? How the fuck do you plan to do that with news, Butch? Everything's just gonna be okay? This just in, little Timmy found his bike after it was stolen, and the person who stole it apologized. Back to you, Tom.
Our goal is to impact culture.
Butch, what the fuck is going on here? What did you do, Butch? What are you doing walking on a crime scene, you fucking goon? Yep. It's a Scranton Strangler again. Hey guys, Butch Hartman here.
Fuck that culture. We know this is not an easy task. We want you to join us in our mission because we need to raise $250,000 for our first phase of startup costs. These include developing our video platform, hiring creative staff and producers to produce original content, and to acquire already finished projects that fit our entertainment model.
One, you committed a crime in your own office, apparently. I recognize that fucking artwork behind you. Also, what do you mean that you need the startup money from other people, Butch? You've bragged about it several times how successful you are. I looked it up. You're worth $50 million, dude. What the fuck do you need our money for your startup cost?
Hey guys, Anthony from the future here, currently editing this. I looked up how much it costs to create a streaming service, kind of like Netflix. It says around $10,000 to $50,000, and I get he's adding a bunch of other shit like original content and all that, but at the same time, you're still overcharging people by a substantial amount, not to mention your net worth is worth $50 million, Butch. You fucking asshole. Stop overpricing this bullshit, prick.
What do you need us for? Are you trying to keep it like, this is from the family, for family? No! This is just a fucking pyramid scheme. This is so scummy of you, Butch. I'm allergic to Butch Hartman's bullshit, so if I cough a lot, that's why.
The OAXIS platform, we can change family-friendly entertainment for the better. Please share this with your friends and support us yourself. Now's our chance to impact culture. You need to be a part of this. OAXIS. Because we're family.
This isn't like, you're trying to make it seem like this is freedom. This isn't. This is restriction. You are censoring all the cool stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with like putting on kid shows for the kids, but again, to the extent that you need to create an entire streaming service on it, it's fucking ridiculous. Hey, question. Would you rather have an entire streaming service where it's everything you want and a kids section, or just an entire streaming service but it's just kids and nothing else? So yeah, that's his OAXIS idea. If you think it's dumb, it's because it is. For those of you who don't know, he's actually he's pretty Christian. And the video that I showed you before, where he was all like saying, depression didn't exist in my time, bah. In that same video later on, now that we're back to it, he's pitching the idea to these people who are also religious. And here's what he says.
So I am uniquely qualified to bring about this change. This is not about me. This is about him. I am humble. I am grateful.
Butch, there are many words I would use to describe you, but humble is not one of them. Absolutely not, Butch. You are very arrogant.
And you are going to take me down?
And egotistical.
At least somebody who's actually done something I'll talk to.
The only thing that is bigger than your ego is nothing. Your ego's the biggest. Also, by the way, he's ramping up this idea about OAXIS, his streaming service, to be very Christian. Where the fuck was all of this information in the actual OAXIS ad? Why was never this mentioned? Again, this seems very scummy, because it is. I don't doubt the fact that he's religious. That's fine. It's perfectly acceptable to have Christian values in a streaming service. What's not okay is for you to purposely hide it out of the ad. By the way, this is the most I've ever seen you praise God. You never ever talk about God in anything else. But yet, right when these hardcore Christians show up, right when you come back from church, you bring in the whole gang, you're using these people's faith to fund your fucking project, you prick.
A family-friendly online media platform designed to shift the narrative in Hollywood. Somebody has to start somewhere. Somebody. We are going to be an oasis in the godforsaken television wasteland. We're going to be somewhere. When you leave the house and you need to put your kids in front of something, you can put them in front of the OAXIS television channel. It's going to be not a TV channel per se. It's going to be an online network like Netflix.
Again, he's really hyping up this God stuff. And there's nothing wrong with being religious, but he didn't mention any of this shit during the actual Oasis ad on his Kickstarter thing. But right when all of these religious people show up, he makes it so much about God.
God-forsaken Hollywood shit. Bah.
If this is that important to you, why the fuck wouldn't you bring it up in your actual OAXIS ad? God, I'm fucking allergies from his bullshit. Also, you're like, if you ever need to leave the house, put your kids in front of the TV. Right as they're doing that, I will fucking reveal myself from under the goddamn caution tape to show them OAXIS. Great idea.
We're gonna change culture. We're gonna save families.
save families, Butch? Save families? What are you, Spider-Man? You're acting like you cured cancer. People actually caught on to his bullshit. They're all like, hey, this is fucked up. He wrote a really fucking stupid apology about it. It's really fucking dumb. Hey, Hartons, I'm humbled by the kindness and I love that Hartons and friends have shown in recent days. Again, you're not humble. Stop using that adjective. There are simply no words to express my thanks and gratitude. I'm sorry for the confusion that you may have felt in the last week. Thank you for your patience. By confusion, you mean the fact that you completely left out a very important section of information about your idea. Yeah, that confusion. All I ever wanted is to entertain people with programming the entire family can enjoy. And in keeping with that theme, that's why in my most recent project is about, there has been others who think they've revealed another agenda, and honestly, I value and respect my fans far too much to even consider misleading you. Butch, I don't believe you for a fucking second. It's very clear that you purposely left this shit out when you fucking broke into your own office in your own crime scene. It's very obvious that you left this out for a reason. You purposely left it out. I would never take the privilege of your trust lightly. Oaxis Entertainment is not faith-based. However, faith is a part of me. I'm the same guy I've been for the last 20 years. That's the problem, Butch, is that you haven't changed. No matter how much people criticize you and tell you shit that's true about you, you say,
I'm successful, you're not. I win.
Listen, I'm not saying people can't make mistakes. The things that he said about the suicide and the depression, yeah, it's really stupid shit. I've said stupid shit that I can't take back. Mistakes are fine to make as long as you learn from them and as long as you improve yourself as a person from them. He clearly doesn't want to improve himself because he thinks he's already perfect. No one's saying that you can't be faith-based, Butch. It's the fact that you purposely hid it. I am not perfect, and I certainly don't claim to be. That is bullshit, Butch. You have 100% sucked your own cock and coddled your own balls more times than I can count in these past videos I've just showed. You 100% basically claim to be perfect. You are a perfect human specimen who can never be judged or criticized, ever. I'm excited for what's ahead and moving forward with this project. Hopefully it's something you'll really enjoy too. No one's gonna enjoy this, Butch. This is a horrible idea. Again, just go to the Netflix thing and do the check mark. We can discuss it all the time in the Twitterverse, YouTube, and more with the upcoming days. You're the best, and I'm genuinely thankful for each and every one of you, Butch. Thanks, Butch. I appreciate that. I hope you appreciate this video I'm making, too. I'm working really hard on it. But then again, though, maybe everything I'm saying doesn't mean shit because I'm not nearly successful as you. So anyway, that's Butch Hartman, guys. He's a real stinker of a person, which is really sad, too, because much like probably a lot of you who are maybe watching this, I grew up on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and a bunch of other shows. Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents were the fucking shit. They were absolutely awesome to watch. Danny Phantom was such a cool concept, and Fairly Odd Parents was such a fun concept. Both of them had really good storytelling and really good characters, and it was really funny. And there was actual continuity. It wasn't like one episode and then the next one was nothing. There was actually progression involved. One of my favorite episodes, actually, is when he gets the TV remote that he can go through alternate, like, television channels. That was a really cool episode. So, it's a real shame, Butch Hartman, that I loved your stuff as a child, but now I don't like you as an adult. Because, honestly, you're a piece of shit, man. You're an absolute asshole. I don't care about the fact that you're a family man, or that you're a father, or that you're incredibly successful. None of that matters to me in terms of what I've just saw. Butch, if for whatever reason you're watching this, maybe this video showed up on your shitty streaming service network idea, I don't know. But I'm gonna get some stuff out of the way, Butch. I'm assuming you skipped to the end of this video because your attention span is so short that you couldn't watch the whole thing. Let me just review what I've covered. 1. Butch, you are incredibly egotistical. And just so you know, just because you're incredibly successful does not make you immune to criticism. It never has and it never will. Everyone can be criticized for something, okay? So for you to make the claim that just because you're successful and I'm not means you can't be criticized, that's bullshit. 2, if he were to watch this, which he probably won't, but if he does, he'll probably say,
what do you know? You've never been in the entertainment industry, Anthony. You're just a kid who lives with his mom.
And all of those things are true. You're 100% right, Butch. But here's the thing, though. That doesn't make what I've said invalid. Everything I've just showed shows that you're an asshole. The fact that I'm not as successful as you doesn't change the fact that you said some really fucked up shit and never even apologized for it. And lastly, your Oaxis idea is doo-doo feces. It is absolute garbage. It is stinky. But anyway, yeah, Butch Hartman, your Oaxis idea sucks, and you suck as a person. You're a real asshole. And I stand by that, and I probably always will. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to give it a good old thumbs up button and hit the subscribe if you want to hear me talk about more stupid shit. Other than that, that'll be it, guys, and Tony Baloney out. See you in the next video.